because people didn't want to use a word that was too hard. And I thought, we were talking about the suicide squeeze play, and I'm like, how do they still use that in Major League Baseball? So in honor of the injured list and Major League Baseball not wanting to use words that are too rough on people, what should we change the name of the suicide squeeze to? Again, Sincerely Guy went totally perverted with it, talking about women's body parts. Shame on you, Sincerely Guy. We also got another one. I'm not sure. A surrender squeeze is not bad. I like what was the one? You just had one during the break, Sam Cohen.
Oh, God.
What? It was about an honorable samurai. You don't want that from our own samurai?
The seppuku squeeze.
Commercial breaks are bad for Aaron. All right? It gives him time to think about
Correct.
not getting in trouble and wanting to tap
Sometimes,
out on funny segments.
Yeah, like sometimes for me a fleeting comment is just a fleeting comment, and you're like, oh, we hit on something there.
Look at how many texts we got about it.
I do not care.
How many texts do we get about anything else we were talking about this morning?
This
in
happens.
Comparison.
This is what happens.
Fun happens.
Shout out the goons.
No fun Friday. We're moving on.
Somebody said the Clinton bunt.
We're moving on, and we're Billy Joeling it. We're moving out.
The safe space dash. That's terrible. Yeah. All right. That's probably the best ones.
There we go. Wrap bow on that one. We'll put a bow on it. I got something in a couple minutes.
This is
something serious.
This is less controversial.
I
like the suicide squeeze conversation better than your trade.
I think I've got a more controversial topic than this coming up here in a few minutes. It's actually a trade proposal.
And more controversial?
And for baseball.
Than the suicide squeeze?
For baseball. It's a trade for the Rays, and it involves trading Yandy Diaz.
Yeah.
The guy who just got his 1,000th hit for the Rays and has been one of, if not the most consistent Rays player of this generation.
That is controversial. We'll get into that at the top of the hour. But if you missed it, it's not exactly the biggest news. But I'm always interested in this stuff because it's interesting to see young guys who are getting into coaching kind of get their opportunities. Robert Ayers, who's a guy who coaches at Tennessee, obviously former Buccaneer player, really good dude. We've had some conversations about it. Like he was a coaching fellow for the Buccaneers. The Bucs, if you missed it, they just announced Kevin Minter, another former Buccaneer, and Terrence Brooks, who played with Todd Bowles under the Jets. They both became the Bucs coaching fellows this year under Todd Bowles. So that got us thinking. If you could be a coaching fellow under any coach in any sport ever, who would you pick? I'll tell you, for me, the first name, Aaron, that came to mind was Bill Parcells.
Yep.
Bill Parcells, for me, he was such a rare combination of players coach because players loved him, but also hard ass. We're talking about a dude that told Lawrence Taylor he was trading him to the Saints because Sam Mills could get by a certain left tackle better than Lawrence. There was a guy that just had LT's number, and he left plane tickets to New Orleans or something on his locker room. Was like, we're trading you for Sam Mills because he can get by this guy better than you can. Like, that guy knew how to get in players' heads, but they loved him anyways. For me, I would love to be around that and just watch how he connected with guys and still was able to be the guy that he was. I'd be fascinated in being a fellow under Bill Parcells.
Yeah, no, I was thinking football, and then I said, well, since we're doing any sport at any time, I'm going to go outside of the world of football, which is okay, correct?
Yeah.
Because in football, Bill Belichick, what he did for so long, and I think I would want to see how that operation ran, even though the coaching.
You have a lot of fun hanging out with me.
No.
We don't really do fun here. We're just on to the next game.
But you learn a lot. But also, I want to be a part of something cool and different. And multiple eras and multiple dynasties for one Phil Jackson. And if you could be
Some
under
of the
that.
personalities
Right.
that Phil Jackson coached.
Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. Then you go on to the next generation, and you go to Shaq and Kobe and all those Lakers
Here's
teams.
the thing. Like, being a coaching fellow doesn't mean you follow that guy for his entire career. It means you're there with him for a year.
Pick a year. Pick a year. With the Bulls.
You don't have a preference Bulls or Lakers?
It would be Bulls. It would be
Like, it would be for me.
yeah, it would be those probably me like the question for me would be, is it the first run for Phil and the Bulls, or is it the latter when Michael came back from the suspension?
Well, I think as long as it was a championship year, I'd be happy to do it, I'm sure, right?
I don't know. I think like the latter, it got a lot of once they started winning championships and Jordan got suspended and came back, started to get a little messy.
Yeah.
Started to get a little dirty. Whereas beforehand, it
You
was
want to
like,
be there for that? Do you want to be there when Scottie Pippen won't go on the court because they want him to inbound the ball to Tony Kukoc?
no, and that's
you remember
kinda,
that?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying is, and that was when Michael was out. So Scottie wanted to be the guy. It's a lot. I've been watching the Portland Jailblazers. Like, it's how Portland got Scottie over there. They're like, hey, do you want? Because Scottie was going to go to the Lakers. He was going to get moved on to the Lakers. And the argument they made for him, the GM at the time for Portland, was like, hey, do you want to go be just a guy? Like, you're the Robin to Batman again? Do you want to be that?
Do you want to go play for one of the most historic franchises ever, or come be the guy here?
Yeah, and that Portland team went to Game 7 against the Lakers and were beating them in Game 7 of that 2000 Western Conference Final. So I think I would go early on Phil Jackson when they started winning with the Bulls and got over the hump.
Samurai?
This one, I'm going baseball just for one particular year and one team. Aaron might like this one. What if you could be a fellow under Davey Johnson in 1986?
He's pretty badass.
That team was full of personalities,
You
too.
imagine just being in a room with like Gary Carter and Keith Hernandez, Darryl Strawberry.
I can't believe Strawberry was number 3 on your list.
It's coming out, but like
Strawberry was my favorite baseball player when I was a kid.
how cool would that team be?
Kevin
to be a part
Mitchell.
of? Lenny Dykstra.
Oh my God, Dykstra was a nutbag.
I forget about being a fellow. I feel like if I was a fellow under him, I would be going down into the clubhouse too much to try to see what's going on in the clubhouse.
During
It's a
games.
party.
During games.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what I'm
never-
talking about.
You never know what's happening.
You're like, well, why isn't Donovan in the dugout right now? He's
Yeah.
in the clubhouse with Strawberry again.
Oh, there he is. And why did he, looks like he dove on the first base chalk line?
One of my best friends forever would bust my balls and be like, what is it with you and the people you choose? Because Darryl Strawberry, Lawrence Taylor, and Magic Johnson were my favorite athletes growing up. And they all ran into some stuff.
Says quite a bit.
All ran into some stuff.